So SH asks about chocolate as well. They say, I would love to hear from the nutritionist about his opinion on erythritol. I've used it in small quantities for years, mostly in Lily's chocolate, and now it's in the news as potentially dangerous. Thanks.
Yeah, there was a recent study that was published from the journal Nature that talked about erythritol being related to cardiovascular issues, and when you take a deeper dive into the study and what they were reporting was this: when they did that study, it was before erythritol had gotten its GRAS status to be able to use in foods. The GRAS, generally recognized as safe, which is a standard that a ingredient has to pass to be able to be put into food ingredients. So they weren't measuring erythritol that folks were ingesting. They were measuring in these studies endogenous erythritol. We produce it in our bodies as a reaction to having more sugar in our system, circulating in our system. So the folks that are having high amounts of erythritol, endogenous means it's made in our body. Exogenous would be what we would get from external sources. And so the erythritol that could be potentially a problem is what's produced as a result of having too much sugar in our diets, basically, and also higher levels of insulin, and insulin resistance. When we have insulin resistance, we have carbohydrates in our diet that turn to sugars, but then the insulin isn't able to get the sugar into our cells, so we end up having it circulating in our systems, and that's when we would, as a reaction, we produce more erythritol.
Okay.
And so it's probably there needs to be more studies, and I guess at some point maybe there'll be a study to study actual when it's used as an addition to our sweet treats that we enjoy. I know with a lot of folks doing ketogenic diets or low carb diets, it's more and more in foods, and so I guess for myself, I've been using stevia for many years, and stevia at one point also didn't have GRAS status, and it was being sold as you can get liquid stevia that was sold as a body care product, and we were able to use that. I used to grow my own when I would live somewhere with longer growing season in Southern Oregon, and then dry the leaves and just use that as a sweetener. And it's a little less processed than the extracts and the processing of the erythritol or the processing of the stevia extracts as well.
Stevia extract is basically just the plant, and then it's tinctured. Is that they isolate the rubennicides, just one part of it. And as a herbalist, I like the idea of the whole plant. Yeah.
There's constituents in the whole plant that we can benefit from, and so I like to. That's my preferred way to use a stevia sweetener. But I think if you're using it not overusing it, honey and maple syrup are wonderful choices as well.
That's what we use a lot in our household. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right on.